We are now live on Facebook.
Thank you, DJ. So welcome everybody to the Green UnConference. Today is our day to honor agriculture as a theme and to honor all projects and people and pioneers who've been working in the theme of food, land, soil, soul, society for many, many years. We welcome everybody on Facebook and those who have joined us on Zoom. So as I was coming into our session today, I was meditating on the word culture more than agri and contemplating what is the culture that we need to be a healed species and a healed planet. And I think permaculture, which is for all of us permanent culture of harmony with nature for me, and our food systems, is a space where we all need to begin in the soil, the foundation of all life on this planet. So as we gather here today, let's just take a few minutes to breathe together into this contemplation of what culture means to us and what is it that we are bringing to our spiral of life as we hold and heal each other. So let's take a deep breath together. Inhale. And as we exhale, let's bring our fullness to this moment. And let's illuminate the culture that guides our journey and our heart. The Green UnConference is a voice to promote the culture of collaboration, of compassion, and of empathy, of togetherness. At the Green UnConference, we believe that love is the goal and life is the journey. So today, as we begin our session to nourish ourselves with all things food, soil, soul, society, design, let that culture emerge that will keep us together for common good, for service to each other, our planet, and all universes. Let's open our heart's energy and let's open our inner senses to illuminate that which is being waiting to be designed through us. Inhaling and exhaling. Breathing deep, dropping into the now. Love is the goal. Life is the journey. Keeping connected to our breath and our full presence, let's open our eyes, coming back into the space of friendship, designing a nurturing life. So today in our circle, we have some very special souls who dedicated their life to designing for love and nurturance. We would start our circle conversations here by welcoming Bert Peeters, who's the pioneer of permaculture in the Philippines. Bert's work and his life and all the souls he's helped transition in the Philippines to live in permanence with nature and designs whole system thinking, in my heart holds a very special place. And all for us here at TGU, it will be really an honor to share from his wisdom as an elder, maybe a message from his life especially his life of design and how we could make our planet more wholesome. So welcome, Bert.
Thank you, Amina, for the kind words. Yeah, actually, it's unannounced, and I'm happy to be here. Really, I thought I'm going to make this time free, and I want to take on the challenging times that you mentioned, because I remember when I started permaculture in the Philippines 20 years ago, more than 20 years ago. They were equally challenging times. I was frustrated with development work. I didn't see any progress, and I felt that poverty was the issue of the time. People were missing on the prosperity that we could share on Earth, no, on our planet. And so many people were left out, and I couldn't live with that. So I bumped into permaculture, partially accidental, partially intentional. And since then, it has never left me. That was the beginning. And then, of course, building an example by developing a farm that could be providing food and surplus, and as we call it now, abundance. That was the second thing we did. And the challenges have never left, because I think 10 years of my time I spent on challenging and advocating permaculture to all kinds of networks in the Philippines, in Europe. Wherever I went, I brought permaculture. And now I realize sometimes a very exhausting journey. But as I look at the challenges today, I'm here in Mindoro ready for a course on permaculture, as in tomorrow it will start. And this is about ecosystem restoration. And we all know United Nations Decade of Ecosystems Restoration is now. At the same time, we are dealing with climate change, new challenges, and we just came out of the pandemic, and we are talking about a new normal, a better normal. I think, again, so many things are challenging us, prickling our culture to wake up and to do something sensible. And permaculture provides us with all the insights that we need to know. Very simple. It's not about technology. It's about heart, a lot of heart, and then a smart mind and good hands to implement it. I think we can all do it. And I'm excited. I'm excited to just let you know that after 21 years, I still don't give up on permaculture. It's still in my soul. And I feel there is more work to do, and more people needed to help us continue doing what we have been doing for the past so many years. And I hope it can passionately inspire each and every one of you who are here in this UnConference. And we should keep on sharing the ideas and whatever we do with permaculture, keep on training, keep on sharing. And I think I have been doing that for the past 21 years. And I'm so happy to know and to feel that people like Jabez, who's also a good friend of me, has been a colleague, is here. And both we are working on a course that we can virtually conduct, hopefully in the near future, through the university system. So many exciting things on the verge of happening. And so I'm very happy to pass on the word to Jabez from here, because I think he has a lot of interesting things to share to us. Mabuhay ang permaculture, mabuhay ang UnConference, and let's stay connected for the years to come. We need it. We really need it. Thank you.
Bert, thank you so much for making time to join us from Mindoro. When is the next permaculture convergence?
I think next year. I think this one.
Okay. Thank you for everything you've taught us in Kai Farms.
Welcome.
Jabez, would you like to share?
Okay. Hello, can you hear me? We can start with playing the video, please. Thank you.
The climate crisis is real, and we need to make a positive impact right away. Permaculture is one promising approach to agriculture and sustainable living that will design our environments to be beneficial to the ecosystems that we are a part of. Unfortunately, despite many individual efforts from permaculture designers, practitioners, and teachers, the concept is seldom studied in mainstream science and in the academe. If you search the internet or Google Scholar, you will find very few studies on permaculture in the Philippines. We hope to change that by providing small research grants to undergraduate students and do our part in promoting ecosystem restoration in this decade. For the pilot, we are offering the grant to UPLB undergrads from any degree program. Using Ferguson's Permaculture Research Sectors framework, we have research questions for every discipline. The social sciences can focus on permaculture as a social movement or a worldview, while the engineering and the natural and applied sciences can conduct studies on design and practice. Each of the 3 students will receive 5,000 pesos cash, which they can use for transportation, rentals and printing, food, or any other research-related expenses. Each of them will also receive a DJI Rise Tello drone unit for their fieldwork, which they can use for documentation, monitoring, or mapping. They will also get basic mapping and drone operation tutorials and free consultations from our team of professionals. Before applying for the grant, students must consult first with their academic advisor or thesis advisor. To get an idea of what to study, you can check out our compilation of literature reviews on our website. We also have a list of journal articles on permaculture, a map of potential study sites, and a list of research questions and research gaps. When students have decided on a topic, they must use Canva to create either a science poster or infographic explaining their research proposal. We are accepting applications until January 30, 2022. So there is still time for students to consult and brainstorm with their advisors. If this pilot test is successful, we are planning to offer this research grant to other schools and universities in the Philippines. We feel that permaculture research is urgent. The answers are out there and a lot of nature-based solutions are being practiced as we speak. Hoping for your full support, and please support the students who will receive the grants in 2022.
Thank you for playing the video. This is actually the first time that we've been able to talk about this research grant to the public. At first, we only posted this after I graduated a few months ago. This is part of our team giving back to the university and to all the people who supported us. Now, we want to start this tradition of conducting permaculture research to undergraduate students from any discipline. So I listed here some areas for research for the students listening here in our live stream. One of the things that we need to study is the practitioners themselves, because without them, there's no permaculture at all. So we identify and locate these practitioners, and then we document and analyze their designs, and then we measure the impact of permaculture on their respective landscapes. And hopefully, in other studies, we can monitor these changes over time. And also, aside from the biophysical aspect of permaculture, we would also like to research on the worldviews and the perspectives of these permaculture practitioners. What motivates them to do these things? What are the values that they hold on to? What motivates them to do actions such as designing in an ecological way? So hopefully by January, we will receive many proposals. And actually, we started with only one research grant, but some people were so inspired about this grant. So they gave their own funds to support 3 students from UPLB. And hopefully, if this is successful, we can do this every year and expand this kind of research grant to other schools and universities as well. So thank you for the Green UnConference for giving me the time, our team the time, to talk about this briefly, and also to Bert, who is my mentor in permaculture back in 2014. He was the one who introduced me in this network of people. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jabez. Thank you. Yeah, I remember Can I be heard? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to share when I met Jabez, I was so excited that permaculture was finally coming into mainstream colleges. And that's something Bert is also dedicated his life to, is making perma education available for all. And on this note, I also wanted to acknowledge Eve, who's here with us. She's from Perma Youth in Australia. And Perma Youth is a very inspiring group of kids who have recently won the Hilda Jackson Award from GENOA, from Gen. And so they were winners from our region. And I think there are a lot of synergies between Jabez and Perma Youth. And we wish to bring Perma Youth to the Philippines and expand our network. And like Bert said, to bring in more people into this movement of heart and design. So welcome, Eve. Eve is going to be sharing a beautiful poem with us later as we close this session. So celebrating Perma Youth and permaculture all over the world. Thank you. So as we journey forward, I would like to hand over the space to our Regeneration team from the Global Eco-Village Network, Oceania and Asia. Welcome to the team of Hema, Kin, and Vivian. And over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for Bert and Jabez. Thanks Amina and Kala for the opening. We are here, we have Vivian and Hema and me, Kin. We are all members of the Regeneration team. Regeneration, it's an educational program hosted by GENOA, Global Eco-Village Network, Oceania and Asia. And Eve, who Amina has just introduced, was actually one of our cohort in the last year, 2020, 2021. So we're gonna take you on a journey today to dive into the relationship we have with food. Hence is also the relationship we have with agriculture, culture, and the earth. And we're gonna facilitate a very fun and interactive section. So if you are listening on Facebook, we hope that you will join us, register and join us here live in Zoom. But before we go there, I would love to share with you about Regeneration program, which is our baby from GENOA, and we're gonna start the next season, the next cycle of Regeneration very soon in January 2022. So this is our poster. It's a whole systems co-learning journey and regenerative design lab. As I told you before, it was hosted by GENOA, and GENOA is the network fabric that weaves together wisdoms of our rich cultural heritage in the region with locally appropriated methods to support the growth of eco-village and regeneration of projects in the region. And with Regeneration, we really want to...
I think we are unable to see the slides yet.
Oh, sorry.
Let me.
It was resume on my screen, very sorry. So can you see it now?
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Super. Okay, so here is Regeneration, and it's a learning journey and a prototyping lab. So we are not just learning, we're applying what we learn as we go. And we use whole systems thinking to design the solutions for sociological, cultural, economic, and ecological resilience and regeneration. We really aim to grow and strengthen the relationships, collaboration, and the cross-pollination among regenerative people and projects in the region. With this educational program, we really look into a whole systems, a holistic impact. So that's why our approach are very diverse. We want to embody the wisdom of the rich cultures in Oceania and Asia, which we find are not really valued enough in many other educational courses, and especially in our region where a big part of the region are climate vulnerable. So how the practice that can bring about regeneration, taking into account this climate emergency, but also taking into account our community power and also our culture and wisdom. It's what we are trying to cultivate. So we also provide tools and practice for leading the social and ecological ecosystem for the participants who are going to be in the course. And participants will also receive mentoring from change maker, change agent, thinkers and practitioners of the region. So the trainers, the mentors are all from our own region of Oceania and Asia. And this is what we are really proud of. So from that, you can also see here on the screen some of the key course components with the learning journey, the individual support, and we really emphasize this year on ecosystem weaving because the learning doesn't stop within the course, but also among all the interaction that we're going to have with each other. And during the whole course, we encourage participants to develop their ideas into project and then use this chance, this learning opportunity to practice, to demonstrate the idea into a project. And we're gonna focus on 5 areas of regeneration. There's cultural, which is our worldview. There's social dimension, ecology dimension, economic dimension, and to end us all is the whole system design. And in each of the dimension, we'll have guest speaker section, we'll have materials on our online learning platform, and there's community live section with the mentoring afterwards as well. And I just want to share a little bit more about what the options to join the course. We have many different options that can fit with everyone. So there's the fully participated option. When you can join everything, you join the live section, you get the online materials, you join our community space, and you get the certification. But also you can choose to join us with a self-directed option, which means you don't have to join the live section, but you can still access all of our materials and our learning platform. You can also take just one dimension out of the whole 5 dimension as well. So there are many different options to choose. And I just want to share with you a bit more about the faces who are going to be there in the course. They are our mentors, our trainers, and they are from all the different countries around the region, from India, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Japan, Australia, New Zealand. So this will be really a huge valuable learning opportunities that you get to hear from people around the region with their years of experience and knowledge. Last year, we hosted our first cycle with 16 teams with 49 members from 11 countries across the region. And at the end of our course in the first cycle, 10 regenerative projects were incubated and activated in the region. We also have some open public events and workshop as well. And just want to show you here, it's a glimpse of some of the projects that were incubated during our Regeneration first cycle. And this is across the region, we can see, and the other projects are focusing on different topics. Some projects are focusing on permaculture, some on food forests, some on soap and making sustainable products, and there's perma-youth as well. So the approach is really diverse. And since we're talking about agriculture today, in our course, we touch on agriculture, but on a very many different aspects. So we talk about how we're going to work with the stakeholders when we work on agriculture projects. We also talk about slow food movement. We talk about how we can connect with the indigenous wisdom of food and health. And we will also share the regenerative agriculture practices like permaculture, analog forestry. And then in the economy dimension, we share about some of the circular local economy model on agriculture like CSA or cooperative models. So it's really the whole system approach that is the highlight of Regeneration. And I think I'm also coming to the end of my time here. So I just want to share with you that last year, the teams were coming with existing projects, but this year we open to anyone from any age. You can come individual or you can come as a project teams as well. And if you are interested in learning more about Regeneration, we're gonna start publishing our information very soon. You can see there the QR code to scan for more information. You can also register to our interest form to receive updates from Regeneration. And we hope that we will be able to see you in the Regeneration this next upcoming cycle. And today, the workshop that we're going to offer you, Food, Me, and the Planet, is actually taking the approach from Regeneration with the whole system design. And we bring it into this very lively and interacting workshop. And I hope you'll enjoy it with us. So to start this, I'm gonna stop sharing screen here, and I just want to introduce again our friend Eve, who was one of the participants in the first Regeneration program as well. And Eve has prepared a very special gift for us to start our section on food, me, and the planet. Eve is a poem, very young and passionate poem. So poet, sorry. So I will invite Eve to share with us her gift today.
Thank you, Ken. I would like to just say thank you for allowing me to present today. I want to just make it quick so that I know we're a bit short on time. But first of all, I would like to begin by doing a bit of a meditation and bringing ourselves into the present. So I'd like to begin by centering our bodies to the ground we stand on, to our environment we are in today, and to deep within ourselves where hopefully a sense of peace can be found. I invite you to close your eyes and start to take slow, deep breaths in and out. Maybe move around a little bit so you can get comfy, but make sure to keep both your feet planted firmly on the ground. Now adopt a posture that makes you feel steady, grounded, open-hearted, and expanded. Roll your shoulders back, put your chin up, feel your body open up to the world around you and the possibilities it holds. Take some more slow, deep breaths, keeping your eyes closed. Now feel your feet on the ground, curl your toes and then unfurl them. Really notice the sensations at the point of contact between your feet and the earth beneath you. Imagine you are swimming in the ocean. Feel the waves crashing against your body, the sand in between your toes, salt in your hair. Now think of all the stresses from today, or the worrying to get jobs done in time. Let them appear in front of you and imagine the waves of the ocean washing them all away. Now slowly come back to your breathing, in and out, in and out. Bring awareness to your back body. Allow your shoulder blades, spine, and back of your neck to provide a sensation of support. Now slowly open your eyes. Extend your vision into your environment. Really look into the shapes, colors, and textures all around you. Notice details near and far. Before I get into my poem, I would like to do an acknowledgement of country. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the Gubbi Gubbi people, traditional custodians on the land on which I sit today, and pay my respects to the elders past, present, and emerging. I recognise their continuing connection to the land and waters and thank them for protecting this coastline and its ecosystems since time immemorial. I extend that respect to any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here today or listening to this live on Facebook. I extend that respect to any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people also in the world, because everyone deserves respect. And this has always been and will always be Aboriginal land. I'd also like to acknowledge my ancestral links to the Ngāti Porou people from Aotearoa. I believe that spoken word poetry connects individuals through words and verse. So I'd like to connect with you all today with the poem I've written called The Table of Memories. How easily happiness begins within a thorny kingdom, woven in between branches and leaves with infinite wisdom. 8 moons have passed and I'm dancing with the bees. As I'm twirling around, to them I am their queen. Blackberry juice smudged playfully across my cheeks, the sense of adventure and beauty at its peak. I'm at the kitchen table where the world began, food from the garden laid out in a warming pan. The sizzling of the butter, then a tumble of onions. Add the zucchini, then tomatoes by the hundreds. Echoing laughter of past women as they bustle around the kitchen, and the splash of the soap as they scrub the pile of dishes. Our tiny earth holds precious gifts beneath the soil. People have their struggles, but what about Mother Earth's daily toil? We think we can do whatever we want to better humanity, but loving the earth and soil keeps us healthy. We've done such a tragedy. The immersion of hands in the earth and toes in the dirt, wind in your hair and flour from breakfast on your shirt. There are many creatures under our feet, but they all work as one. We need to worship below, not up at the sky with the sun. Last night, the apple tree shook and gave each lettuce a heart. Each plant, every piece of food is all connected, never apart. The tree stands like a fork of lightning in the rain. Only the ignorance of a landscape view remains. When I take off my shoes and feel the life that runs under the ground, I can feel bits and pieces of my past under my feet, like a wave of sound. Memories forever rooted in time were clustered in the afterlife. I plant flowers and vegetables. I harvest memories and life. Despite our accomplishments, the blood that flows through our veins, we still owe our existence to a 6-inch layer of topsoil and the fact that it rains. Seldom do we realize that the world is no thicker to us than the footprints we leave, but it is from the underground that these green blades have sprung like make-believe. I think about how we have completely excluded the earth from our minds, like conformity. There are only a few who consider its physical hugeness, its rough enormity. Somehow we have managed to shut out the face of the giant from our windows, but the giant is there nevertheless, lingering in our city's shadows. The dough rises in the sun on the windowsill, the cultural accommodating the natural and goodwill. I see the woman, past, present, and future, punching it down, kneading the dark flour into the light, letting it bake until brown. Setting the table with music in the air, lighting candles and laying the bread down with a prayer, learning the power of a single word like spinning river into flour. Eat rings out like a scent of adventure on the hour. The sizzling of the butter, then the tumble of onions. Add the zucchini, then tomatoes by the hundreds. Echoing laughter of past women as their children pass through. The world begins at the kitchen table, and perhaps it'll end there too. Thank you.
Thank you, Eve. Thank you.
Wow.
This is
Beautiful,
really, your powerful eloquence is always moving me forward. Yes, let's remember to worship the soil and harvest memories in life. So Eve, before we go off Facebook, I would just like to invite you maybe to share a bit about Perma Youth and the work that you've done, especially during COVID, and the vision of Perma Youth.
Of course. So Perma Youth is an organization for youth and teenagers. We started off as just a group of friends, and now we're almost global, and we have permaculture hubs all over the world. And we work with permaculture and youth, as the name suggests. And what we're trying to do is bring youth into permaculture, because we're the next generation, and we need to learn how to take care of the earth, take care of each other, so that we can have another generation and another generation, and think 7 generations ahead, so that we as a collective group can build our own utopia. and grow food forests and be connected to not only the earth, but also to everyone around us. So we work with refugees in Africa, and we have a hub in Americas, and I would love to do a hub in the Philippines. And that would be amazing, because we need more people, more youth, more mentors, because this is something that is really amazing, and I hope that that it will grow so that more youth and more people can be connected to the earth. Thank you.
Thank you, Eve. Yes, I'm affirming a hub in India also, and a hub in every place that we have people who joined in today. So everyone on Facebook Live, thank you for joining us today. We are going to be going into our interactive workshop on food, me, and the planet with Regeneration team. So please feel free to join and hop onto the journey right now. And before we go, the invitation as a closing for everybody on Facebook and here is to just maybe mention a word or a line that you resonate with, that is connected with culture. What does culture conjure up for you? What is culture for you? So once again, thank you, everybody. And let's move on with our lovely workshop.